sallallahu alayhi wa sallam the Holy Quran. He gave him the Quran, and on top of that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala challenged the people around the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the Arabs, who rejected the message of the Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, to come up with something like the Quran. He started with 10 surahs. فَأْتُوا بِعَشْرِ سُوَرٍ مِثْلِهِ إِن كُنْتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. Bring 10 surahs which are like the Quran, if you are true, even short ones. I'm not asking you for Baqarah. I'm not asking you for Al-Imran. Bring me something short like وَالْعَصْرِ إِنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ. Bring something like that. They couldn't. Then Allah challenged them. وَإِن كُنتُمْ فِي رَيْبٍ مِّمَّا نَزَّلْنَا عَلَى عَبْدِنَا فَأْتُوا بِسُورَةٍ مِّن مِّثْلِهِ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. Just bring one. The challenge stood. They could not. But I want you to understand the situation. The people Allah is challenging are people with great capability. People who know their language. And people who knew poetry. The Arabs had competitions. Competitions in language, balagha, literature, and poetry. One time Hassan, one of the poets in the time of the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, stood up at Buqav. Buqav is where they used to come. And they would have competitions at Buqav. He stood up and recited some lines of poetry, you know, like boasting. He says, لَنَا الْجِفَانُ يَلْمَعْنَ فِي الضُّحَى لَنَا الْجِفَانُ الْبِيضُ يَلْمَعْنَ فِي الضُّحَى وَأَسْيَافُنَا يَقْطُرْنَ مِنْ نَجْدَةٍ دَمًا. That is poetry. That is fakhr, boasting. لَنَا الْجِفَانُ, we have poets. Al-Bīḍ, that are white in color. يَلْمَعْنَ فِي الضُّحَى, they twinkle in the morning light. وَأَسْيَافُنَا, and our swords, يَقْطُرْنَ, they drip with blood. يَقْطُرْنَ مِن نَجْدَةٍ دِمًا, عفوا دَمًا. Then the lady stands up and says, there are 8 mistakes in your poetry. How? She says, you could have made it better in 8 ways. This is a lady. She says, why do you say Lana al-Jifan? Why are you saying Jifanu? In Arabic language, when you say Jifanu, Jifanu means just a few points. Why don't you say Lana al-Jufun? So that it indicates many points. And you're saying al-Bidu, white. That is not appropriate. If you are generous and you cook for people, then your pots should not be white. Your pots should be reddish because you are generous and you cook for people. So why don't you say Lana al-Jufunul Humru, red pots, and then you say Yalma'na, Yalma, to twinkle, the light goes and comes. Say Yashraqna, like the sun shining bright. And you say Fi Duha, Duha in the morning. What food do you give people in the morning? Dates and milk. Say Fil Qasaqi, in the evening, that's when we give people real food. And you say Wa Asyafuna, in Arabic language, Asyaf is just a few swords. Say Wa Suyufuna, that is more swords. And you say Yaqturna, Yaqturna, drops of blood, that's too little. Say Yajri, running. See how she masters the language. This is her language. And for them, poetry was something that came naturally. Someone says a sentence, she already says there are 8 mistakes in that sentence. These are the people that Allah is challenging. فَأْتُوا بِسُورَةٍ مِّن مِّثْلِهِ إِن كُنتُمْ صَادِقِينَ. I think you get an idea what kind of people. They're not people that are not capable. They are people who are capable. If Hassan, who is a poet, can stand up and recite that, and even ladies can see mistakes in that, these people would have been the first to see mistakes in the text of the Quran if Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was the composer of the Quran. If Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam composed the Quran, these people were going to be the first to see the mistakes in the Quran. They would have seen the mistakes in poetry, mistakes in Arabic language, mistakes in literature, but they couldn't. Because they couldn't, they said, هَذَا سِحْرٌ مُبِينٌ. This is witchcraft. No one can compose words without mistake like this. This has to be witchcraft. This is the book, the miracle that Allah gave to the messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, which we read and we will continue to read ila qiyam as-sa'a, until the approach of the hour.